honest. Doggy Style is one of the few albums that's fucking with Illmatic now, isn't it?
Period. I've said that in previous shows. Doggy
One of the
Style
few albums that you
could
can line
be.
up and be like it's one of the few albums that you can say, hey, I like Doggy Style better than Illmatic Coupe. It's like, well, you want to know what? If you feel that way, I really can't feel no type of way about you feeling that way. That album's that great. Ain't
I
nothing but
gotta
a
be in
handful
the
of albums
Illmatic
like that ever
mood.
made.
I gotta be in the Illmatic mood. If I'm jumping in the car, man, I'm throwing
I can
on
listen to
Doggy
Doggy
Style.
Style
Shit.
anytime. How about this, Mike? I feel you. I gotta be in the mood. Like, how about this, Mike? My top 5. I gotta be in the mood to listen to all of them except for Doggy Style. Actually, if you really wanted to know the truth.
Chart 100 said Death Certificate by Ice Cube. It's funny you say that, man. I listened to Death Certificate the other day, man. That shit is crazy. Especially the second half. I mean, the first half's crazy too. But that second half, the stuff that Cube is saying, Black Korea, like, leading up to
Mike,
Colorblind, that shit is crazy.
Mike, I keep trying to say this. Like, the way that they reference it, it's like you would think that there aren't albums fucking with Illmatic.
Exactly.
Like, we think that there are albums fucking with Illmatic. Like, you think Aquemini is better than Illmatic, actually.
I do, yeah.
I think that the Purple Tape and Aquemini and Doggy Style and Paid in Full are right behind Illmatic. Like,
you know what? The only thing that I would give, and see, same thing.
The Low End Theory, Enter the Wu-Tang.
This is the thing.
None of these albums get talked about like this.
This is the thing, though. You know, and somebody made this point. I forgot what I was watching. I don't want to give people credit when conversations come up, but a lot of people were talking about how hip-hop is a collective sport. And you think about the best albums ever made, a lot of those are collectives. Those Tribe albums are collectives. Those Cass albums are collectives.
I mean, Mike,
you want to talk about Doggy Style? Doggy Style is a collective.
Mike, I don't want to talk my shit, but I said that on this show live this past summer. I was like, if you go look at most hip-hop classics, there are very few that are solo missions, like real solo missions.
Yeah, straight up.
Like Paid in Full. The Greatest Adventures of Slick Rick, Criminal Minded, Long Live the Cane, Illmatic, because Mike, when it happens, it shows. Ready to Die.
Illmatic was a solo mission, but the production cast was all-star. I will say that. In an era where it wasn't always that.
So I'm talking about, like, how about this? If we talking about who the MC is on the album, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, even the Purple Tape. But that's what I was going to say, though.
No.
I was going to give you that
collective, Mike.
I was going to give you that credence when it came to Illmatic in relation to Aquemini and the Purple Tape. It's Nas versus these collectives. You know what I mean? So,
Mike, versus arguably two of the three, probably like the Dungeon Family and Wu-Tang Clan are easily two of probably the 5 greatest collectives in hip hop history. He made an album that's comparable to the best stuff that ever came out of those camps by himself.
Oh wait, and he has the best verse on the Purple Tape.
And he has the best verse on the Mike, I got the Purple Tape number 3. Mike, it goes Illmatic, Aquemini, Purple Tape. Mike.
And the thing is so crazy about the Purple Tape, everybody who's the top MC on there, they gave their best.
Mike,
you get Jizza at his best. You get Deck at his best. You get Meth at his best. You get RZA at his best as an MC.
Mike,
you guys best verses on the Purple Tape, right?
Mike. Everybody on that album, with the exception of maybe Method Man. No, it's probably Mike. All of those are top 10 verses out of all those dudes' catalogs. Like Mike, Deck's verse on Guillotine, that's one of his best 5 verses.
Poisonous Paragraphs, that's probably phonograph and half. The Inspector Deck on the Warpath.
You know what verbal intercourse is, Mike. RZA, Master Killer on Glaciers of Ice, Capadonna on Ice Water.
I forgot about Master Killer on Glaciers of Ice. That's his best verse.
It is. No, Mike, actually, Mike, I think Duel of the Iron Mike is right there.
Proceed with caution as you enter the symphony. Oh,
no. Degrees of punishment increase intensely. Sins from the swords from the deadly strums, but the battle is won by swords being swung. Slice them with the vocal. Oh, yeah, no, never mind, Mike.
That shit is crazy. Listen. I was a huge fan of Ice Cream growing up, and that's still one of my favorite beats, period. Mike, I still think that Glaciers of Ice is my favorite song on that album.
Mike, Glaciers of Ice is next level. Mike, way before Jay was talking about Meyer Lansky, that's Raekwon in 1995. Rap Meyer Lansky, Crash Your Fantasy, Get Fellas, September. Here's the plan C. Sit back, collecting texts and checks and blowing flow in a Montero. Yeah, Mike.
I just remember how I used to feel.
But it was all of them, Mike. It was all of them. The Purple Tape is all of them. Aquemini, all of them. Illmatic, it's like there's a AZ feature. Like, that's why I give Ready to Die its props. Oh, there's only a Method Man feature on Ready to Die, Mike.
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah. Listen.
Yeah. Mike, I give Reasonable Doubt extremely high marks. You want to know why, Mike? Not a lot of rappers on there. Big's on there, got a verse. Got another half a verse.
Well, see, no. This is the interesting thing about Reasonable Doubt when it comes to Jay's other catalog. It's like he got features on there, but they don't feel like it. He dominates.
No, because there's Big on rapping on track 3 with him, and then you don't hear anybody for another 8 or 9 songs. He did that intentional. Like, he knew he had to give you Big and Mary up front, but after that, you don't hear nobody till Foxy on track 9.
Well, I was gonna say, what about Bleak on?
That's track 11.
Yeah.
That's coming of age. Foxy's on track 9.
It feels like
on track 11. Regrets is track 13.
Yeah.
Or 14. No, Regrets is 14.
Well, so think about it. What about Sauce Money and Jazzo?
No, that's Regrets. That's what I'm saying. That's 14, isn't it?
No, not Regrets, but that's the song. Damn, we're on live. That's what we're talking. Bring It On.
Oh, right. Bring It On. Oh, I'm thinking about Regrets, actually, Mike. Yeah. You're right. Bring It On, the Primo joint.
Man, Bring It On is crazy. It's possibly one of Jay's best verses on there.
You want to know what? Bring It On is one of those joints that I loved it when the album came out. But, Mike, if you were talking about the replay value of that album today, it's actually like top 5 in terms of like what stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that Primo joint is classic. Yeah. I mean, Can I Live is...
I love Can I Live, man.
I mean, Politics as Usual was that's my like at the end, Mike, like I had never heard nobody talk like that, Mike, where he was like, ain't no stopping the champagne from popping the draws, from dropping the law, from watching. I hate him. Like nobody ever spit like that, Mike. Like,
Yo, Born King says that Jay wrote Bleak's verse, and it's funny he says that because I was gonna say that, but I don't know. I mean, it sounds like it. It may sound like Bleak could have just been trying to rhyme like Jay too.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been that. I mean, I think actually, Mike, I mean, if we really want to call it, it's like Coming of Age is probably the weakest track on Reasonable Doubt.
Coming of Age sounds old. You know what I mean?
Well, it's more about the beat, too. The beat just, like, it's just not really doing anything for you. You know what I mean? And when the beat does that, it's like an MC like Jay has to be all-time great on there, and he's not all-time great on there. He's just great.
Well, I think we've talked about this on shows before, but I always listen to albums and, kind of think like, what was the first song recorded on this album? You never know, because you never know the order of when things were recorded, but that song to me sounds the most primitive on Reasonable Doubt. Even the engineering of the record doesn't sound like it's at the level of like Feeling It or Dead President. You know what I mean? Like, I could be wrong, I don't know, but it sounds like Coming of Age just sound like it was recorded maybe a year and a half before, I'll
tell you like this. Who did that beat? Clark Kent? Was that Clark Kent?
I don't know. Yeah, let us know in the chat. I'm going to look it up real quick.
I feel like the Clark Kent tracks were probably the early tracks because they had to go get Preem. So, like, we know Friend or Foe, The Evils, and Bring It On is probably mid-shift or late in the project, however long it took to put it together. So I want to say the stuff that Clark Kent and probably the stuff that, like, Ski did. Or the stuff that he got.
Yeah, that was Clark Kent. Clark Kent
It's coming to age Clark Kent?
Yeah. Clark Kent did one of the Coming of Age, Cashmere Thoughts, and Brooklyn's Finest. Yeah.
Mike, if you actually listen to those songs, I think those are the first 3 records. Yeah.
What about Ski, though? Because Ski did Politics as Usual, Dead Presidents, Feeling It, 22 Twos.
How about this? Same time frame? But, like, how about this, Mike? When I listen to Cashmere Thoughts, I feel like that's the first record.
I could see that.
I talk jewels and spit diamonds, more cherry like a hymen. When I'm rhyming with remarkable timing. Happy yard silk dreams. My voice is linen, spitting venom up in the minds of young women. Mink thoughts could think thoughts type similar. Might you remember? My shit is cool like December. Smoother than Persian rugs. Cashmere chromosomes make a nigga jigger. Jay-Z lethal drugs.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that Jay stylistically, because I ain't talking lyrically, do you think he never revisited that style from Reasonable Doubt because that style is outdated? Or do you think that, he just, doesn't want to revamp that style? Because it feels like when you rap it in that way, it kind of feels like that early 90s flow. Like, you remember how like Big Boy and the Hieroglyphics and all those guys was rapping with a certain style. And I think Big Boy from Outkast, who I'm talking about, he really took in that flow from like the hieroglyphics, him and Dre on Southern Playalistic. Dre kind of moved away from it. Big Boy kind of had elements of it and still evolved it a little bit. But Jay-Z just totally changed his style. Like, if you listen to Reasonable Doubt and what you were just talking about with Cashmere Thoughts, you might be right, because that doesn't even sound as evolved as his Dead President's flow.
No, it's not. But here's the thing about it. That's that super lyrically sharp guy.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the shit that he's saying. Like, he's super sharp. That's what I mean. Is like, you can hear the sharpness, but you can see where he hasn't put that flow pattern and that rhyme scheme all the way together yet, too.
You know when he was really, really sharp?
And also, I'm going to tell you what, you can just hear him and Dame. I think that's Dame talking on the track. So I feel like it's early before other people came into the fray. Like, he needed Dame to talk on some of these tracks.
Arrow Flynn, high like heroin, young pimp to stir one out him through your barrel win.
Whoo! Tricks intact, because I walk like a pimp, talk like a man, yeah.
The golden ball layer, yo, that is snapping. Miss Fine Things Shalari. Show you right. But yeah, okay, because from there you talk about 1,000,001, like stylistically. Well, I want to say that he was very, very sharp. This is what I was going to say. I lost my train of thought. In the second part of his career, when he did that 44 fours, that was impressive to me.
So you want to know where I think? You know where I think where his flow evolved?
Whole Faux Life.
Yeah.
It's like he still has it there.
44 fours. How about this, Mike?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of him playing 44 fours in a versus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
a B-side he needs to be talking about.
That's a B-side that he need to pull out.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
That's crazy.
When he was like, that's that first album, got 4 mics, should have got 5, but niggas lacked foresight. I didn't do it for the hype. I did it for the hustles, come on, yo.
Yeah. That's the dude that excites me. Man.
That's the Reasonable Doubt dude. And when I sat there and when I was thinking about Cashmere Thoughts, I thought about that. I was like, that's kind of the last time I heard Reasonable Doubt is Jay in the current era.
So let me tell you what happened. I think that he took the pieces of Reasonable Doubt that people loved and updated it a little bit more. So here's what I'm saying. Like, I think for people who were around him, they wanted to hear the Can I Live and the Evils and the Friend or Foe J. And so on Volume 1, what you find is he kind of gives you that on the B side, but he's gotten more conversational with it. Like, it's more Can I Live-ish on there.
You know like, how I feel. I think Conversational J is the best J.
Like he literally switches up his whole flow on the first track on Volume 1. When the second beat comes in, motherfuckers can't rhyme no more about crime no more. He had never rapped like that. I was like, hold on. I was like, who is that?
Switching it up. Andre Shashir says, what about Dear Summer? Man, listen, the first time I heard Dear Summer is when he was on Flex Show and he was rhyming over Can I Live from Black Rob. And he was coming at the game. And shit was crazy. Dear Summer, I know you're going to miss me. Now, but that's when he did that line at the end of it. He was like, it was the Kingdom Come line.
Yeah, Dear Summer, see, that's what I mean. So Dear Summer is one of those B-sides where it's like, well, I don't know, because you got to deal with the heavyweight.
What was hold on. What was the line, the Superman line from Kingdom Come? Where he was like, damn, come on, y'all in the chat, man. I'm on the live right now. I want to say it right. Where he was like, loosen up my ties, step inside the booth, Superman is alive. But the way he said it on that Dear Summer freestyle, it was like, whoa, like it was kind of coming off the top, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? Jay's a bad man. Jay is a bad man. I think that, again, when we talk about 44 fours, that's what I would like to hear in a new project. We're not going to get that. But, you know.
Hey, Mike, I got to run.
Got to run? Great show.
7. Yeah.
All right, man. We're going to holler at you. And, great review. We're going to break this down. Appreciate everybody and their support out there. Make sure that you go subscribe to the According to Hip Hop YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon so you know when we're going live. And, we might pop up on y'all in the next couple of days. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Enjoy your Friday.